Yes, good morning. So we study about bar bending schedule in this class. So in last class we have calculated rate analysis. You have done rate analysis. That means you are going to calculate. Sorry. Yeah, you calculated a rate analysis. That means you used to find out the quantity of the materials which is required for some particular work. Whether it may be brickwork or it may be any RCC work, we used to calculate the quantity of cement which is required, quantity of sand and quantity of aggregate which is required for particular work. Now we shall study how to calculate the quantity of steel for particular work, whether it is a beam, column, slab. Only these three we have in your syllabus. So how you calculate quantity? Quantity of steel is equal to length into weight per unit length. It will be in terms of kg. So quantity will get in terms of kg only. And coming to length you have to calculate depending upon the shape of the or length of the beam or length of the any structural member. And then weight per unit length, this weight will be different for different diameter of the bar. You know, bars are available in different diameter, 6 mm, 8 mm, 10 mm, 12 mm, like that. So every bar will be having different weight per meter length. Weight is always calculated for 1 meter length of the bar. So now how to calculate the length of the weight of the bar per meter length. So here is a formula: area of steel into density of steel. So area of steel, you have to take cross section area of the steel. So you know it is a diameter, so sorry, it is a circular section. So what is the area for the circular section? It is 5d square by 4 into, we know the density of steel is 7850 kg per meter cube. It is okay. So after solving all this you will get, see, only the unknown is d square. Okay, so you have to substitute d here in terms of meter only, because 7850 it is kg per meter cube. So always when you're substituting, you should substitute everything in terms of one unit. So D here is in meter and 7815 kg per meter cube. So I will solve pi by 4 into 7850. I will get this value and d square, where D will be in terms of meter. And I will take this to the denominator. So how I will do? I will do the inverse, 6165.37 inverse I will do. So it will become d square by 1.621 to 10 power minus 4. But we know that D's diameter of the bar is available in terms of millimeter. So what we have to do is we have to substitute everything in terms of millimeter directly. What I will do is I will convert this meter D into millimeter D. So what is, how to substitute? We know that 1 meter is equals to 1000 millimeter. I will substitute D into 10 power 3. I have substituted 1D. I have converted 1D meter into 1D millimeter. So I have put 10 power 3 and it is whole square. And the denominator term as it is. If you solve all these terms, you will get d square by 162. Okay, so 162 point something you will get. You can stop it here. D square by 162. This is a standard formula to calculate the weight of the steel per meter length. This you should remember this formula: d square by 162. Shall take an example. Let us find out for 10 mm dia. So here it is d square by 162, 10 square by 162. So 10 square, here I am substituting in terms of millimeter only, because I have converted this formula for the millimeter only. So it is 10 square by 160, you will get 0.617 kg per meter. Okay, so one more method how we can find, you can directly substitute for this formula. So you substitute this formula here for, again, for 10 mm diabar, pi into 10. But here when you're substituting this formula, you have to substitute in terms of meter. Here you can substitute directly in terms of millimeter, but here in this case, if you're using this formula, area into density, you have to substitute everything in terms of meter. So 10 meter I have converted into millimeter, that is 10 power minus 3, 10 power minus 3 whole square by 4 into 7850. For the formula I have substituted, even if you substitute in this way, you will get the same approximate value. Okay, approximate value you will get, it is kg per meter. So you can see both value are same. But if you want to simplify this procedure, you can directly go for this formula, d square by 162. And then we have different area of the steel for different dia of the bar. For 6 mm dia it is 0.222, always it is in terms of kg per meter only. For 8 mm it is 0.395, for 10 mm it is 0.616. Like this will go on. And I recommend you to buy heart this okay, weight per unit length for the different dia of the bar. It will become very easy for you. when I do the problem. And next one, I told you about the length. So we have different shape in the length of the bar. One is a straight bar. You might have heard about the straight bar, bent up bar, and then stirrups. Okay. Then, and also, if you observe at the end of the bar, some hook is given for the binding purpose. That hook may be of 90-degree hook, means which is perpendicular to the main bar, and it may be 180-degree hook like this, or it may be bent up bar in combination with the 180-degree hook. This is a single bent up bar, and we have double bent up bar here with 180-degree hook here. Okay, now we shall find out how to calculate this. So first you should know for the different hook, what is the different length of the hook. So here we have, first we have 90-degree hook. So for this 90-degree hook, one hook length is 12 dia, but here we have two hook. Okay, so it is 2 times of 12 dia. Length of hook will become 2 times of 12 dia. So it is 24 dia. Hook length for this case, it is 24 dia because we have two hooks, it is 24 dia, and L is given here. So this L, you have to calculate in the problems, you have to calculate this L separately. Okay, so depending upon the length of the beam, you have to calculate this small L. That we will do when we go for the problems. So what will the total length of the bar will become? So it is, if you start from this end and you will finish off this end, so it is L plus length plus 24 times of two times of hook length we have to calculate. This is how you should find out the total length of the bar if it is a straight bar with a 90-degree. So if it is a 180-degree hook, then one hook length is 9 dia. We have two hook here, so it is 18 dia. So what is the length of the bar will become? 9 dia plus L plus 9 dia. So how we can write L plus 18 dia? Again, L you have to calculate separately depending upon the problem. Then next is bent up at one end with 180-degree hook. See this hook, it can be 90-degree hook also and 180-degree hook also. And you can see here, this is bent up at 45-degree, at only in one side it is bent up. Okay, and this D is the vertical height between the horizontal bars at the bottom and top. This T is very important, and D you have to calculate in problems. Okay, and then how to calculate the length? So total length is you already have. So this total length you will get in the length of the beam only, directly you will get. And at what length this bent up is given? At what length this bent up is given? It is given at a distance of 1/4 to 1/6 of L. Okay, for that portion of, for 1/4 to 1/6 times of L, for that portion of the length will be in bent up parts. Okay, so where you will provide bent up parts in, especially doubly reinforced beam, and in slabs you will give bent up parts, and especially one bent up part, this you will give in slabs when you're going to provide alternative bent up parts in slabs. So this kind of shape you can see. Now we shall see how to find out the length. Here, this, whatever this inclined length is there, it's actually should take extra length. Suppose if your beam is of 3 meter and you have to give this shape. So you can't take just exact 3 meter and bend the bar in this way. You have to take some extra length to make 3 meter length of this bar. Okay, what is that extra length is required now? So that extra length is, which is because of this inclined bar, will be equal to 0.42 times of T if it is 45-degree angle. If it is 30-degree, it is different. If it is 60-degree, it is different. And most of the time they will give you 45-degree only. Suppose if we have the bent up bar, then the equivalent length extra, how much you should add for the given length of the bar? It should be 0.42 times of D. This 0.42 times of D is just for one bend, not for two. It is just for one bend. Okay. So, and also we have 180-degree hook. I already told you one hook is 9 dia here. So we have two hook here. So it is 18 dia. And then how to calculate the length? Length is the total length, small l, plus hook length 18 dia, plus what is the extra length for the bent up? It is 0.42 times of T, and this is only for the one bent. Okay, and in the problem you have to calculate D and L separately. Okay, next we shall go on to double bent up parts. So this kind of double bent up parts you can see in doubly reinforced beam. Okay, where the bars will be bent in both end. Okay, so again you have to calculate D. D is the vertical distance between the horizontal bars in the top and bottom, and you know what is x? It is the bend which is given for the length of the span. So what is the span? It is L by 4 to L by 6. Okay, next again hook length is 2 times of 9 dia. So this hook length, it can be 90-degree also, you can take 12 dia also, so it should be very careful. Okay, 2 times of 9 dia, so you will get 18 times of dia. And how to calculate total length here? We have length L, so L plus hook, it is 5, it's supposed to be 5, it's not the 18 times of dia, plus we have two bent up bars here, we have two bent up bars, so what will become? Plus 2 times of 0.42 times of d. This will become 2 times of 0.42 times of d. And okay, sometimes if double bent up bars are given, they will directly consider it as d. So if you multiply these two, you will get 0.84 like, which is approximately equals to 1 d. So you can directly add d here instead of writing all these things, simplifying, you can directly add d if it is a double bent up bars. Okay, and I told you about this 2 times of dia. This dia is the dia of the bar which you're considering. Suppose if you're taking 12 dia of the bar for this pentabars, you had to write 18 into 12. So you can directly substitute that in terms of directly. Okay, so this is how you should calculate the length of the different shape of the bars. Next, in the beam, we can see even stirrups. We'll see even stirrups, right? So how to calculate the stirrups? Stirrups are provided in the cross section, right? So whatever the shape of the beam will be there, same shape will be the stirrups, and it will be provided at the hook. Okay, at the end joining. So they'll be provided with the hook. So what you have to do is you have to calculate these length and stirrup lengths. If you consider this, so this is less than the breadth of the beam. If it is capital B is the actual breadth of the beam and D is the actual depth of the beam, then the stirrups breadth and depth will be always less than the breadth and depth of the beam. So now first point is to you have to calculate B1. Okay, for what length you are given the stirrup, so that you should calculate. So how will you calculate? So b1 is equals to capital B, total length, total breadth minus cover. So these two, if you exclude these two covers, then you will get the small b1, right? So small b1 is equals to capital B minus 2 times of sides cover. This is called as side cover, and this is the bottom, and this is the top cover. Okay, so for b1, deduct b and side cover, so you'll get b1. And for d, capital D minus 2 times of top cover and bottom cover. So first you should find it b1 and d1. Next, how many b1 are there in this figure? So this is here we have b1, or else we should start like this: 1 d1, b1, d1, and b1. So we have 2 b1 and 2 d1. So I will add up this. Length of stirrups is equals to 2 times of b1 plus d1 plus, and you can see here we have two hooks here. One is in the starting and another one is at the ending of the bar. Okay, you should provide a hook and attach it with the main bars. Okay, so 2 times of hook. And what is this hook length will become? Hook length is 12 dia here. For this hook, it is 12 dia here. You have to consider 12 dia. So this is how you should calculate the length of the strips. And if you see in the beam, you will not having only one stirrup. You have number of stirrups. So you have to calculate number of stirrups also. How to calculate number of stirrups? So there is a formula here. Number of stirrups is equals to total length of the beam or column. Suppose if the beam or column is of 3 meter, you have to consider 3 meter and divided by the spacing of the stirrups. So stirrups, they will mention the spacing of the stirrups in the question. So you have to take spacing of the stirrups and then calculate the number of stirrups. Okay, then number of bars in foundation. So if you consider a column, at the bottom you will see foundation or mat, right? So for the mat, you will be provided with a reinforcement in both x and y direction. So there you have to calculate the length. You will directly get it from the foundation detail only. So for one direction it will be 5,000, and another direction it will be 4,000. And you should calculate number of bars to calculate the quantity. So how to calculate it? Again, you use the same formula: length or breadth of the foundation divided by spacing between the each bar. I have considered one example here. Number of bars in x direction. Let us say it is 5,000. So 5,000, I'm deducting the cover on both sides because I'm not running the reinforcement for the entire 5,000 length. See here, I've given some space here that is for the covering. Okay, so you have to deduct that cover This is very important. So out of this 5,000, I'm deducting the cover for which I have not given the reinforcement, and then divide this by the spacing of the reinforcement. So here, this direction is considered what is the spacing between these two. So it is 250. So after solving, you'll get 19.6. You can't give any fraction value. You always round it up to next number. It is 20 bar. Approximately, you can say it is 20 bars are required in X direction. And when in coming to Y direction, we have 4,000. 4,000 minus cover. I will consider 20 mm, sorry, 50 mm as cover and divided by 250. See, this value may be different, and you should be very careful while taking this value. Sometimes in X direction, the spacing will be different. Sometimes in Y direction, the spacing will be different. You should be very careful in that case. So if you solve this, we'll get 15.6, and it's approximately 16 bars. You'll get always round it up to next number. Yeah, this is about the basic, and in the next class I will take some problem, and then I will explain.